Chapter 15. Chapter 15 of Canto 7. And we are hearing now Narad Muni is instructing to Yudhishthir Maharaj on the duties of the civilized human being. So he's been speaking about the Shraddh ceremony specifically, that not we shouldn't make it very elaborate. One Brahman, two Brahman is enough. And Prabhupada is explaining in the purport that it's more beneficial to invite a devotee Brahmana to accept this offering, following in the footsteps of Advaita Acharya. When Advaita Acharya was performing Shraddha for his father, he had invited Haridas Thakur to, uh, to accept the feast, to accept the offering. Haridas Thakur was not born in Brahman family, but he was greater than any Brahman because he was a Vaishnav. So we are going to continue with text 6. Devarshi Pitra Bhutebhyaha
देवर्षि पितृभूतेभ्यः
Atmane Swajanaaya Cha
आत्मने स्वजनाय च
Annam Samvibhajan Pashyet
अन्नं सम्बुद्धजान् पश्येत्
Sarvam Tat Purushatmakam.
सर्वं तत्पुरुषात्मकम्.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. One should offer prasad to the demigods, the saintly persons, one's forefathers, the people in general, one's family members, one's relatives, and one's friends, seeing them all as devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As mentioned above, it is recommended that everyone distribute prasad, considering every living being a part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Even in feeding the poor, one should distribute prasad. So, food for life. Krishna consciousness movement does food for life, feeding thousands and hundreds of thousands of people every day, and they are all fed prasad. Yeah. So it's Krishna's mercy, prasad. In Kali Yuga, there is a scarcity of food almost every year, and thus philanthropists spend lavishly to feed the poor. For this, they invent the term Daridra Narayan Seva. This is prohibited. One should distribute sumptuous prasad, considering everyone a part of the Supreme Lord. But one should not juggle words to make a poor man Narayan. Everyone is related to the Supreme Lord, but one should not mistakenly think that because one is related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has become the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan. So we are all part and parcel of Krishna. And so prasad should be distributed to everyone without distinction, without any distinction, without any discrimination. Prasad should be distributed. Such a Mayavad philosophy is extremely dangerous, especially for a devotee. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has therefore strictly forbidden us to associate with Mayavadi philosophers. Mayavadi bhashya shunile haya sarvanash. If one associates with the Mayavad philosophy, his devotional life is doomed. So we are all part and parcel of Krishna. Doesn't make us Krishna. Hmm? Doesn't make us God. Only God is God. We are part and parcel of God. This is what we have to understand. And we need to see everyone as part and parcel of God. And in that mood, distribute Krishna's mercy in the form of prasad to everyone without any discrimination. Is that okay?
Hare Krishna Shilpa ji,
Hare Krishna.
that we have mentioned about this Daridra Narayan. I just wanted to know that, like, I have never heard about this.
Actually, me neither. I also never heard. I've always heard it in Prabhupada's books, but
Yeah,
it,
I've
yeah, but maybe there is something like that where some people are thinking that the poor
okay.
man is Narayan. since
Yeah,
you
I've
don't
heard of
understand.
this.
Ah, you have heard
I've
that.
heard of this. Yeah,
Ah,
that
okay.
people say like you find, yeah, God only in the poor, but actually it's in everyone,
Yeah.
right?
God is in everyone's
Is
heart,
it the
yes.
Mahatma Gandhi Harijan? Harijan?
I don't know.
Like Mahatma
I,
Gandhi, he started the Harijan movement. The
yeah.
untouchables were called Harijan. Is it that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where this started from actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because in
I'm
my
not sure.
family, I never heard it, so I was little that where did it? Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems as just now Sneha said that she has heard, it seems some people are saying that. But as Sneha also pointed out, the right understanding is that God is in everyone's heart, not only
Yeah,
in the
they call
heart of
it
the poor.
Seva, like the Ridra Narayan Seva. So,
Oh,
I mean, called the Ridra Narayan Seva.
oh,
So, I don't, yeah, I mean, maybe they are doing it because they're feeding the poor, but then you can't term it, na, that way, that you find only God in the poor, in the broken
that's right.
homes, right? Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
We should
God
just say
is.
Narayan Seva. I think that is right.
But
That's
not also
correct.
Narayan,
Not
because
Narayan Seva.
no,
Like
because they
God
are,
Seva, no?
but they're
Like
not
it's
God, right? You can say you're
okay.
feeding the poor. You can say it,
Um,
you're feeding the poor. Because Narayan Seva means you're serving Krishna,
mm.
right? Mm. So, yeah. Okay. So let's go on then. Na dadyat amisham shade,
Na
Na
datyat
dadyat amisham
amisham
shrade
shade.
na chadya dharma tattvavid,
na
Na
chadyat
chadyat
dharmatat
dharma
bhavet
tatvate.
muni anesyat parapritir,
muni
Muni
anyah syat
annesyat paraprit.
parapritrir
yatha na pashuhim saya.
yathana
Yatha na
pachu himsaya.
pashuhim sada.
A person fully aware of religious principles should never offer anything like meat, eggs, or fish in the Shraddha ceremony. And even if one is a Kshatriya, he himself should not eat such things. When suitable food prepared with ghee is offered to saintly persons, the function is pleasing to the forefathers and the Supreme Lord, who are never pleased when animals are killed in the name of sacrifice. So Shraddh should have only vegetarian food in the mode of goodness, offered prepared with ghee. For example, like sometimes I've seen the Chinese, they will prepare non-vegetarian food and offer to the ancestors, right? In the ghost month.
I was going to say the same thing. You see them
Yeah,
offering, yeah,
yeah. In the
chicken,
ghost
full
month.
chicken. Yes.
Yeah. So they're worshipping the ancestors in the ghost month, but offering all sorts of food which should not be offered actually.
Even when someone dies, na, the Chinese
Mm.
custom, like they will offer what, like,
Mm.
the person used to eat, so like non-veg and all.
Ah, okay. Yeah. And Narad Muni is saying we shouldn't do that.
Hmm.
Okay. And but the main point he's saying is that it should be prasad, first offered to Krishna
Okay.
and then Naitadrisha parodharmo
Netadrishah paro dharmo
Dharmo
nirnam sadharmam ichchatam
nirnam sadharmam
dharmam
icchatam
ichyatam
nyaso dandasya bhuteshu
nyaso
nyaso
dandasya
dandasya
bhuteshu
bhuteshu
manova kayajasya yaha.
mano
mano
vakaya
vakaya
jasya
jasya ya.
Persons who want to advance in superior religion are advised to give up all envy of other living entities, whether in relationship to the body, words, or mind. There is no religion superior to this. Envy. Envy is actually one of the qualities that keeps us here in the material world. You know, in Vaikuntha, there is no envy. Everyone is helping each other in their services to Krishna. This envy is found in the material world only, not in the spiritual world. Eke karma mayan yagnan
eke karma mayan yajnan
jnanino yagya vittama
ज्ञानिनो यज्ञवित्तमः
atma samyamane niha
आत्मसंयमने एनः
juvati jnanadipite.
जुहति ज्ञानदीपते.
Because of an awakening of spiritual knowledge, those who are intelligent in regard to sacrifice, who are actually aware of religious principles, and who are free from material desires, control the self in the fire of spiritual knowledge or knowledge of the absolute truth. They may give up the process of ritualistic ceremonies. People are generally very much interested in karmakand, ritualistic ceremonies for elevation to the higher planetary systems. But when one awakens his spiritual knowledge, he becomes uninterested in such elevation and engages himself fully in Gyan Yagya to find the objective of life. The objective of life is to stop completely the miseries of birth and death and to return home back to Godhead. When one cultivates knowledge for this purpose, he is considered to be on a higher platform than one who is engaged in karma yagya or fruitive activities. So karma people do because uh, because still want to enjoy in the material world, go to the heavenly planets and enjoy even more. So, but there is some degree of piety there, material piety, of course. But this material piety may bring them in touch with devotees. You know, so suppose the priest that they are inviting to do the yagya may be a devotee and may tell them that you're doing all this yagya, but it's just going to still keep you in the material world, you know. You're not the body after all. You're spirit soul. And so like this, then the person may get an awakening of knowledge. And then he may give up all these karmakand activities and take up the path of jnankand. You know, that's how Vyasadeva made it, that going from karmakand to gyan to yoga, dhyan, from gyan coming to dhyan and then to bhakti. But of course, Narad Muni told him, you made this. It's too elaborate, too long. People in Kali Yuga might just get confused in the karmakand section itself, you know. They may not even progress further. So, of course, somebody who's on the platform of Gyan is certainly higher than one who's on the platform of karmakand, because then the awakening is there that I'm not the body, I'm the soul. So, let me try to elevate my consciousness. Let me try to get out of this material world. Is that all right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So what you're trying to say here is about the yoga ladder, right? Like not
That's
yoga
right.
ladder, sorry. Right?
Yes,
The
yes,
ladder where we are
yes,
progressing.
yes. Yoga ladder.
Oh,
That's right. Yeah.
systematically. Okay.
Yeah. Krishna speaks of this yoga ladder in the Bhagavad Gita, and here also Narad Muni is speaking of the same thing, that they may give up this ritualistic process and come to the platform of spiritual knowledge. So this is same yoga ladder. Okay. Dravya yagyer yakshyamanam
Dravya
Tavya
yajna
yagne yakshamanam
drishtva bhutani bhivyate
दृष्ट्वा भूतानि बिभ्यति
drishyate
esha ma karuno hanyad
एष मा
esha
करुणो
makaruno
हन्यात्
hanyat
ataj Kyo hi asutrib dhruvam.
Atatyo
Tatya
hi
hi
asutrip
asutribhru.
dhruva.
Upon seeing the person engaged in performing the sacrifice, animals meant to be sacrificed are extremely afraid, thinking this merciless performer of sacrifices, being ignorant of the purpose of sacrifice and being most satisfied by killing others, will surely kill us. Animal sacrifice, sorry, in the name of religion is current practically all over the world in every established religion. It is said that Lord Jesus Christ, when 12 years old, was shocked to see the Jews sacrificing birds and animals in the synagogues, and that he therefore rejected the Jewish system of religion and started the religious system of Christianity, adhering to the Old Testament commandment, Thou shalt not kill. At the present day, however, not only are animals killed in the name of sacrifice, but the killing of animals has increased enormously because of the increasing number of slaughterhouses. Slaughtering animals, either for religion or for food, is most abominable and is condemned herein. Unless one is merciless, one cannot sacrifice animals, either in the name of religion or for food. So Narad Muni is saying here that the animal, because animal also consciousness is a living entity after all, is saying that this person who's going to kill us is really merciless. So that's why mercy is compromised when with animal killing, with meat eating. Tasmad devo papanena
Tasmadeva uppapena
Uppanena
muni anena pi dharmavet
muni
Muni
api
Anena
dharmave
Idharma
santushto har aha kuryan
santushto
Santushto Aha
kurya
Kuryan
nitya naimitiki kriya.
nitya
Nitya
naimitiki
Netriki
kriyaha.
Kriya
Therefore, day by day, one who is actually aware of religious principles and is not heinously envious of poor animals should happily perform daily sacrifices and those for certain occasions with whatever food is available easily by the grace of the Lord. The word dharmavid, meaning one who knows the actual purpose of religion, is very significant. Purpose of religion. As explained in Bhagavad Gita 1866, Sarva Dharman Parityagya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Becoming Krishna conscious is the topmost stage in understanding of religious principles. So, surrender to Krishna is the highest religious principle. Love of Krishna, love God, that's the highest religious principle. One who reaches this stage performs the archana process in devotional service. Anyone, whether a grahast or a sannyasi, can keep small deities of the Lord suitably packed or, if possible, installed, and thus worship the deities of Radha Krishna, Sitaram, Lakshmi Narayan, Lord Jagannath, or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by offering food prepared in ghee and then offering the sanctified prasad to the forefathers, demigods, and other living entities as a matter of routine daily work. So Narad Muni is saying it should be done daily. Offer food, offer to Krishna, prepare food, offer to Krishna, then offer that prepared food to demigods, forefathers, and to everyone else. All the centers of our Krishna consciousness movement have deity worship programs very nicely going on, in which food is offered to the deity and distributed to the first class Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, and even to the people in general. This performance of sacrifice brings complete satisfaction. The members of the Krishna consciousness movement engage daily in such transcendental activities. Thus, in our Krishna consciousness movement, there's no question at all of killing animals. So, yeah, so there is bhoga prepared for the deity, and then The devotees are having it. The Vaishnavas, the food is distributed to the devotees, the Vaishnavas, and also to the general public in the Krishna consciousness movement. And the khichdi especially were quite famous, you know. I know many people, some of my friends will especially go to the ISKCON temple to have the khichdi. They're like, okay, the khichdi is very, very tasty. Okay. Did anyone have any comments to whatever we have read till now? Okay. So going on. Vidharma paradharmascha
Vidharma paradharmascha
abhasa upama chalaha
avasa upamachalah
adharma shakha panchema
adharma shaka panchema
dharmagyo dharmavatyajet.
dharmagno dharma tyajit.
There are 5 branches of irreligion, appropriately known as irreligion with dharma, religious principles for which one is unfit, paradharma, pretentious religion, abhas, analogical religion, upadharma, and cheating religion, chaladharma. One who is aware of real religious life must abandon these 5 as irreligious. Any religious principles opposed to the principle of surrendering to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, are to be considered religious principles of irregularity or cheating. And one who is actually interested in religion must give them up. So, real religion means surrender to God. Even Lord Jesus Christ says, right, to love God with all their heart, all their might, all their soul, all thy soul. So, religion, perfection of religion is to love God. Prema Pumartha Mahat. Okay. So one should simply follow the instructions of Krishna and surrender unto him. To do this, of course, one needs very good intelligence. Now, how to get this intelligence, which may be awakened after many, many births through good association with devotees and the practice of Krishna consciousness. So, in the association of devotees, we can get this good intelligence to understand what is actually the purpose of human life, that we need to love God. Everything but the principle of religion recommended by Krishna, Sarva Dharman Parityagya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja, should be given up as irreligion. Bhagavatam says 126, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 6, Savipam sam paro dharmo, yato bhakti radhokshaje, ahetuki apratihata, yayatma suprasidati. The supreme occupation, dharma, for all humanity is that by which men can attain to loving devotional service unto the transcendent Lord. Such devotional service must be unmotivated and uninterrupted to completely satisfy the self. So, actually, when we surrender to Krishna, then we will be automatically very peaceful, very satisfied. Our heart will be very, very peaceful. Okay. Dharma bhado vidharma syat.
Dharma bhato vidharmasya
Paradharmonya chodita.
paradharmonya chodita
Upadharmastu pakhando.
upadharmastu pakhando
Dhambo va shabda bich chala.
dambho va shabda vichchada.
Religious principles that obstruct one from following his own religion are called vidharma. Religious principles introduced by others are called paradharma, a new type of religion created by one who is falsely proud and who opposes the principles of the Vedas is called upadharma. An interpretation by one's jugglery of words is called chala dharma. To create a new type of dharma has become fashionable in this age. So-called swamis and yogis support that one may follow any type of religious system according to one's own choice, because all systems are ultimately the same. In Srimad Bhagavatam, however, such fashionable ideas are called vidharma because they go against one's own religious system. The real religious system is described by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sarva Dharman Parityagya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. The real religious system is that of surrender to the lotus feet of the Lord. So this is what Krishna is saying. Krishna is saying, you want to be religious, you want to follow religious, surrender to me. That is religion. Surrender to Krishna. So in the sixth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in connection with Ajamil's deliverance, Yamraj says, Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. Real religion is that which is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, just as real law is that which is given by the government. No one can manufacture actual law at home, nor can one manufacture actual religion. It's true, no? Although we may want this law or that law, but we cannot create any law sitting at our home or change any law. We may say, okay, this law does not suit me, so I need to change it. That will just be our mental speculation. Yeah, and we will be penalized for it if we follow by our mental speculation. So just as the country's laws have to be made by the government, similarly, the religious laws are made only by God. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. Only God can give us the religious laws, no one else. And here God himself is saying, the highest religion, you surrender to me and I will protect you. Don't fear. I will take away all your sinful reactions. Yeah. I will take them away. I will destroy all your sinful reactions. You don't fear about that. That's also why he's called Hari. Hari, one who takes away our sinful reactions. Elsewhere it is said, Savai Pumsam Paro Dharmo Yato Bhaktir Adhokshaje. The real religious system is that which leads one to become a devotee of the Supreme Lord. So Bhagavatam is saying that what is real religion? That can lead us to love Krishna, become a devotee of Krishna. Therefore, anything opposed to this religious system or progressive Krishna consciousness is called Vidharma, Paradharma, Upadharma, or Chaladharma. So we can see now in Kali Yuga, practically there is so much of this Vidharma, Paradharma, Upadharma, or Chaladharma. Misinterpretation of Bhagavad Gita is Chaladharma. When Krishna directly says something and some rascal interprets it to mean something different, this is Chala Dharma, a religious system of cheating, or Shabdabhit, a jugglery of words. One should be extremely careful to avoid these various types of cheating systems of religion. So, religion means following the word of God, following what Krishna has actually said in Bhagavad Gita, not misinterpreting. Many people are misinterpreting now, but we just need to follow what God has said. We don't need to manufacture anything different, anything new. We get excited, oh, I want something new, I want something new. But for religion, we don't need to manufacture any new principle. Yeah. We just need to revive our love for God, just need to surrender to Krishna. Of course, we can cook new foods. We want something new, so we can cook new dishes, nice vegetarian dishes we want to offer to Krishna, or make new dresses for the deities, make elaborate arrangements for the festivals. Those things can be done new. Yastva ichaya krita pumbir.
Yastiv Ichaya Kritamum Pumbir
Abhaso hi ashramat prathak.
Avaso hi ashramat pratak
Swabhava vihito dharma.
Swabhava Vihito Dharma
Kasya neshta prashantaye.
Kasya neshta prashantaye.
A pretentious religious system manufactured by one who willfully neglects the prescribed duties of his order of life is called abhas, a dim reflection of false similarity. But if one performs the prescribed duties for his particular ashram or varna, why are they not sufficient to mitigate all material distresses? It is indicated here that everyone should strictly follow the principles of varna and ashram as given in the Shastra. In the Vishnu Puran 389, it is said, Varnashrama vata purushena parapuman Vishnur aradhyate pantha nanya tattosha karanam. One should focus upon the destination for progress, which is to become Krishna conscious. This is the aim and end of all varnas and ashramas. So, no matter which varna one is in, which ashram one is in, the idea is to spiritually advance, revive our Krishna consciousness, revive our relationship with Krishna, revive our love for God. However, if Vishnu is not worshipped, the followers of the Varna Sharma institution manufacture some concocted god. Thus, it has now become fashionable for any rascal or fool to be elected god. And there are many missionaries who have concocted their own gods, giving up their relationship with the real God. In Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly said that one who worships the demigods has lost his intelligence. Nonetheless, we find that even an illiterate person who has lost all intelligence is elected God, and although he has a temple, it has meat eating sannyasis, and many polluted activities go on there. This type of religious system, which misguides his poor followers, is strictly forbidden. Such pretentious religions should be stopped altogether. So Narad Muni is saying we just need to follow the Varna Sharma principles. That is to revive our Krishna consciousness. We don't need to manufacture anything new. We don't need to manufacture a new God or new principles. The original system is that a Brahman should actually become a Brahmana. He should not only take birth in a Brahmana family, but must also be qualified. Also, if one is not born in a Brahmana family, but has Brahmanical qualifications, he must be considered a Brahmana. By strictly following this system, one can be happy without extra endeavor. So, just by being born in a doctor's family, one does not become a doctor. One has to qualify himself to become a doctor. Similarly, by being born in a Brahmana family, according to Bhagavatam, one does not become a Brahmana. One has to qualify himself as Brahmana. And somebody else who has the qualities of the Brahmana, if he's not born in a Brahman family, should be regarded as a Brahmana, should be accepted as a Brahmana. So we can see it is not based on birth, but based on the qualifications. By strictly following the system, one can be happy without extra endeavor. Swabhava vihito dharma kasya neshta prashantaye. The real aim of life is to mitigate distress. And one can do this very easily by following the principles of Shastra. So we are suffering here in the material world. But if we can revive our Krishna consciousness, be satisfied with what we have, and try to advance spiritually, take up devotional service, then one can be happy, can gradually progress towards going back home, back to Godhead. Is that okay?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty straightforward, I think.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare